Hello, beautiful mutants. It is Monday, August the 21st, and as you can see, it's no longer blue sky. It is smoky out there. Still didn't stop me from going on my 5.5K walk. So I'm at a halfway point, about 2.75K up. There's the sand pit, which will be covered in snow in a few months. Hopefully not. Maybe we'll be lucky and there won't be any snow until like mid-December. Not like last year, October 31st. Yuck. Anyways, so yeah, Monday. State of the world today. Yeah, crazy. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but like I said, we were evacuated for 12 days. But it's not about just the order part. It's the alert beforehand. So it's 8 days beforehand. Of which there was a storm a few days before we were evacuated that they were saying could happen tonight. And then, like I said, we were gone for 12 days. And then when we came back, we were still under alert for 2 weeks. That could have been the stressful part because we still had to be prepared to leave again if need be. And we were forever watching to see if there was any new fires in the new area. And sure enough, about a week after we were home, I was on vacation. I got lucky. I was evacuated for 2 weeks, didn't have to work, and then 2 weeks vacation, so I was off for about a month. But one night, looking at the BC wildfire map sort of thing, all of a sudden see a red dot nearby. I zoom in, zoom, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing that it's like a block away. And keep in mind that the fires that they put for up to 24 hours before they take off again, it's shown as new, is anything 0.1 hectare or bigger, which point hectare I think is 1,000 square feet or 1,000 square meters or maybe 100 square. It's not that much. Anyway, so of course, totally freaking out, right? My wife and I, we go walking, we're looking, and it's sort of no smoke anywhere. I mean, no, any plumes of smoke, there's a smoke. Find out later, it was the school. The school was replaced in the wood, and they found the tar and gravel roof, and it gave off a heat signature, right? But of course, it showed as being on Hall Road, which is behind the school. Coincidentally, about a year or two later, the house right across the street from the house that it was, saying that was apparently, on fire, the heat spot, actually, there was a electric short in the garage, and there's a lot of munitions that there was in the garage. Needless to say, the entire house went up in flames. A lot of bang, 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 bang sort of thing. And the flames, I mean, they responded really quickly and got the fires out. But the flames were reaching the top, but was getting close to some trees. Maybe when I'll go back, that's what I'll do. When I go back, I'll show you a picture. I'll take a picture of the new house, and I'll show you the trees that were behind it that almost did catch on fire. But like I said, it was about a year or two later, and it was in early June, and it was different. Anyways, so I, after the pandemic started, I did a lot of research, and I saw a lot of, dug into, and found a lot of stuff that could end the world sort of thing. And so I decided, no, I'm not gonna, not only am I not gonna, read all, go down the rabbit hole anymore sort of thing, I'm just not even bother paying attention to what's going on in the world sort of thing. I firmly believe that we can't sustain living like this, and it's just not BC. It's all over the world. I mean, there's right, there's so much tension in the world that it's got to crack, right? I mean, I keep on, as I was trying to fall asleep last night, or thinking, I mean, there's that one guy, and he sounds really believable about the Project Looking Glass, and I know you probably know him. It's probably due to the military and stuff like that, and they know about it. But they can see in the future, or they gone to the future, and there's different timelines, and apparently there's multiple timelines up until a certain point, and after that, all the timelines converge, and there's a new, like, is it an omega point? I don't know what you call it, but like almost like a new starting point from there. So, I mean, are we heading towards that spot? Is it a year from now? Is it 5 years from now? Is it like 10 or 15 years? I don't know. But what I do know is that whether we like it or not, the space age is coming. We are. I mean, Artemis 1 proves that. Artemis 2 and Artemis 3 are coming, of which I'm hoping to be at the live launch, probably for the third one. I don't think the second one is practical at this time, but hopefully the third one. And then of course, then there's that fake military. It's got to be fake military, military equipment, like whatever site that for periods of time they kept on adjusting that the fork. And this was back in the early 2010s. I'm thinking is maybe when it was first found out about it. But the U.S. population in 2025. So of course, back in 2010, 2025 is a long time away. But now 2025 is not that far away, and they've since no longer have the forecast. I don't know why they had the forecast in the first place. I mean, I think Canada's population was supposed to be like 26 million, and most of the other countries I can't remember, but there was no drastic drop like to 70 million or 65 million like they were showing for the U.S. And they don't give any reason. The GBT apparently is like doesn't really change. Like still hit. So it is as though something was planned to happen in 2024, right? I don't know what's happening next year. Another presidential election. Apparently the front runner for the Republican Party is going to be on trial and the TV wants to televise it. I mean, awesome. I mean, 2024 is going to be, I mean, I'm not going to pay attention to it, but I mean, people are going to have a heyday watching TV all the time. Is that when we're going to have our fake alien invasion? I don't know. Right? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you got so much turmoil and in the state so much polarity, what better than an alien invasion to get everybody to come together? So I'm like, yeah, okay, they're the bad guys. We're all, right? Anyways, yeah. See, I day's over. Tomorrow's not Monday, as everybody at work was saying. Everybody was having such a chaotic day. I never have a chaotic day at work. I just go to work, do what I can, and at the end of the day, I stop work. And the next day, I do it all over again. And I do that 5 times a week. And on the weekends, well, I don't think about work. And pretty soon, coming up the end of the month, going to have 3 long weekends in 6 weeks and a week off in the middle of September. So all is looking good. And then I'll probably take another week or 2 off in November or something like that. So we're going to cut it, well, not short. I not too bad, about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see if I can do 8:42. There's a bird in the sky. Have a good one.